All right, y'all. I have no idea what happened with that stream that just got cut off right there. So we're back with a more clickbait title than ever. $100,000 Bitcoin by September? Perhaps, perhaps. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's get right into it, guys. Let's get into it. So, why the clickbait title? I don't know. I was just messing around with y'all. Is Bitcoin going to go to $100,000 by September? Let's answer that question. Let's answer that question right now. The truth is, guys, we have been, as we all know, well, I shouldn't say all, but as many of us do know, the Bitcoin price has been trading within this range, this sideways range, since May 19th. And the truth is, if we want to see Bitcoin go up to $100,000 by September, we're going to need to break out of these resistances up here. This blue box of resistance that I have right here is actually, here, let me turn off all these other lines so that we can see more clearly. This blue box, this is the doorway into the higher Bitcoin price. Once we come above that resistance, the world is our oyster. Okay, and really, actually, we need to come above that blue box. Then we need to come above this area right here. Then we need to come above this area right around. Actually, let me show you the real area that we need to come above in order to see that $100,000 Bitcoin by September, which totally could happen, by the way. This right here. Oh wait, yes, it's right about the yellow line. Yeah, the global value area high of pretty much all of Bybit's Bitcoin history, if we can come above this $50,000 level, then I believe absolutely we could see Bitcoin getting up to $100,000. It's only a matter of time, because then we would continue on in the uptrend. But in the meantime, what we really need to do is we really need to come above this blue box of resistance. And really, guys, until we come above this blue box and come below this blue box, we cannot be overly bearish or bullish about Bitcoin. We cannot, because we're just trading sideways. Now, potentially somebody could say that maybe we are really, if we take a look here, somebody could say, you know, maybe we're trading in some kind of a downward sloping parallel channel like this. With a little fake out here, which in that case is quite bearish. That is quite bearish. If we're sloping downward, continuing to make lower lows and lower highs, that's quite bearish, I would say. But we can kind of ignore this for now because that's not confirmed, and really we can just look at this as sideways action. If we come above the blue box, you know, new highs. If we come above 50K, very bullish. If we come below this blue box and start confirming daily candles below it, then I think we're going to come much lower. And so I think it's important to just remain neutral right now. And you know, it's interesting because it feels like Bitcoin's dumped. You know what I'm saying? You guys know what I'm saying? It feels like Bitcoin's dumped lately. But when we just zoom out and take a look really at what's happened here, really look at how little volatility this has been, you know, in all this time. And what I really want to do in today's video is I want to talk about how to find good trade setups, especially during these times where the volatility is low. We're trading sideways potentially. Now I can't stop seeing it, actually. I actually cannot stop seeing this right now. And wow, I can't stop seeing this now. Can you guys stop seeing that? You know, originally I couldn't stop seeing this, but now I can't stop seeing that downward slope. I can't stop seeing it. I can't unsee what I've seen. Once you see it, you cannot unsee. You cannot unsee. Let me pop into the chat. What's going on, everybody? Make sure to like the video. Shout out to Crypto Pump It. The chickens are good. Thank you, J-Boy Bullish, for the like. Shout out to CopCon. Thanks for being here. Flavius, you're back again. Hey, Flavius, you're not going to get anything here you haven't already gotten, but hey. Yeah. So, action camera, what's going on? Yeah, things are good, guys. Things are good. I want to talk about finding good trade entries in today's video, especially during the sideways action. Because recently, this is the daily chart. Let's go to the 5-minute chart. Let's zoom on out a little bit. You know, recently we had a dump, and you know, I took a short. I took a short yesterday. I shorted right up here, right about here, and I took a long this morning, and I longed right about here. And that long is you know, it's still a win. This short was quite nice, quite nice. In fact, both of these trades, I have my exact entries right up in here. The short from 35,790. The long from 33,470. I want to talk about how I found these trades. These were actually both levels, believe it or not. This short right up here, right around here, and this long right around here. These are levels that we've been watching for quite some time. In fact, yesterday morning in the Discord, I posted this little diddly right here. It's a diddly. It is a diddly. And I was saying, look, this level 35868, this is a very important resistance above us. Right here, some more important resistances above us are the POC at 35868. And when we got to that level yesterday at 35868, boom. Let's take a look at what we saw there and why this was a really good entry. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the trades that we made in the past and learn how we can find these types of entries in the future. So we come to the 4-hour time frame, and yesterday, as we are trading and we've been pumping, you know, pretty much since Friday, we start pumping away. I closed my computer, I stopped trading right around here, and as soon as I'm done, it's the Sabbath day. We welcome in the Sabbath. Boom! Bitcoin pumps. I'm missing out, right? Trying not to think about it too much. Crypto Face goes live. I get the notification. I'm like, dang, I'm missing all the action. So I'll have to wait for the next trade. And that's how I trade, guys. You know, when things start pumping, I'm looking for the dumping, right? I'm looking, when things are pumping up, I'm waiting for things to dump down. Like if the price is going up, people are always asking me, where can I get in the long? It's like, well, I'm honestly only looking for a short. Because when the price is going up, I'm like, where are we going to reject off of? That's where I want to enter my short. And so I had this resistance. There were two levels, right? There was the first level right here that we started to get a little resistance off of. It did make for a good little move, right? But then we come up to this point of control, and let's go through, you know, what are we looking for when we're coming to a level? Now, if you're part of the Discord, guys, you know I give the levels on a daily basis. I'm always talking about where I'm looking for trade setups, right? I have them marked on the chart. I was looking for one right here. We got a small rejection there. It made for a good scalp. Then this next level right here, this is where we got our big move from. But what I do is when price comes to a level that I have marked out on my chart, that's the only time I consider entering a trade. So, you know, back on Friday, I actually did not enter a trade down here, even though we were down here all this time, because price had not come to one of my levels. Of course, there were levels here that I missed, that other people traded, and they did very well. I didn't see those, you know, and so I missed out. But if price comes to one of my levels, that's where I'm saying okay. That's where I say okay. I say okay. Should I enter a trade here? Yes or no? That's the question you need to ask yourself. When price comes to a level you have on your chart, you got to ask yourself the question, should I enter a trade here? This is the order of operations for whether or not you should enter the trade. And so I come here and I look at the 4-hour time frame, and I notice that it's looking like we're about to print a top, right? Look at this. The 4-hour time frame, as we're coming up to the resistance, is about to print a top. If you see the 4-hour time frame is about to print a red dot on Market Cipher B, as we're coming to a resistance, it's a great time to think about entering a trade. And by the way, if you do not have Market Cipher yet and you would like it, there is a sweet 10% discount. You can get CryptoFace hooked it up. He hooked it up in the description here, 10% off Market Cipher. If you use the coupon code, the chickens are thirsty. Okay, referring to the chickens that drink water when we're going to enter a good long. And Louders, I do still do one-on-one sessions. You have to join the Discord and reach out to BigBuzz28. Yeah, she can hook it up. Shout out to Luis Rivera. Shout out to Crypto Yatched. And he thinks it's another fake out. Yeah, I mean, the volume here is very low. I'm actually hoping for lower. I'm hoping we come down to like 32.5. But I still took the scalp because it was nice. So when price is coming up to a resistance, y'all, we want to see the 4-hour looking like it's going to give us a nice red dot. When that thing looks like it's about to red dot all over our face, okay, that's when we're looking for a short. Come down to the 2-hour. What do we see on the 2-hour? We see something very interesting on the 2-hour as we are coming to that high. We actually see on the 2-hour a bearish divergence right on the 2-hour time frame. So, we got this red dot right here, and price is coming up. We've got this red dot right here. Now, of course, this bearish divergence had not confirmed yet, right, as we're coming up to the level. But we could see the momentum waves starting to come down as price is coming up. We go down to the 1-hour. It becomes abundantly clear that as we're touching this level that we are printing a much lower momentum wave than we did in the past. And we also see, dragging it all the way from back here, this just clear direction of the momentum waves coming down on the 1-hour. We also see the VWAP coming down on the 1-hour as the price is coming up right into our resistance. I mean, this is a really nice entry right here. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for the divergences as we come to a level. We come down to our low levels, maybe the 3-minute, and we take a look at what happened here. And on the 3-minute, it's important to realize we don't see anything too significant here on the 3-minute as far as divergences go, because the pump happened so fast that the 3-minute didn't even really get a chance to print the divergence. So a lot of people are like, well, how would I have known? How would I have known to enter the trade? The way we would have known is, remember, when we're looking at our confirmations and we're looking at the higher time frames, okay, we need to ask ourselves the question as we're looking at the higher time frames, does it look like we're bearish or bullish? If we're at the higher time frames and the 1-hour is giving us divergence to say that we're bearish, okay, then we need to interpret the lower time frames through the lens of those bearish higher time frames. And so we can be biased here toward a short, okay? And we could say, hey, look, the money flow on the 6-minute is coming down. Okay, we could say, hey, look, the VWAP on the 6-minute is also coming down. Even though we have this massive momentum wave on the 3-minute before we get the rejection, we can also see that in general, the momentum waves are coming down before that big one. Before the big one hits, okay? And so remember, we're looking at Market Cipher as a whole. We've already looked at the higher time frames, and we've said, you know what, those higher time frames, they look pretty dang bearish. And now we're almost looking for excuses to enter a short on the lower time frames. I shouldn't say it like that, but really, if the higher time frames are giving us such bearish signals, we can look at these bearish signals on the lower time frames, the VWAP diverging, the money flow diverging, even the waves diverging up until that last pump to say, you know what, this is a good entry. This, whoa, is a good entry. Whoa. Yeah. So yeah, that's how I got into the short, and it was nice because I missed the pump. And now we dumped back to where we were when I missed the pump. So I caught the way down, didn't catch the way up. And guys, if this is something that you want to learn how to mark these levels, because believe it when I say it, I've got tons of levels marked on a chart. I have so many levels on a chart right now. In fact, if I put on all the levels, they look crazy. They just look crazy. They just look absolutely crazy. And, you know, the thing is, this is how you're going to find those good trades. And if you don't know how to do this, and you want to, check out jasoncaspertrading.com, because this trading course will give you the knowledge and the skills you need to become a confident trader. Because our goal here is, assuming you know nothing about trading, to teach you the things you need to know in order so that you can find the good setups. Okay, we're going to go through all the technical analysis. We're going to go through Market Cipher. If the things I'm saying don't make sense to you, we go through Market Cipher in extreme detail. We talk about trading strategies, swing trading, scalp trading, different trading strategies that already work, mindset, risk management. I'm always updating this course with new info. There's a discount in the description of this video. Check it out if you're interested. Of course, I highly recommend it because it's my own course. Of course, I highly recommend it. But let me remove all this stuff. Let me remove all this stuff now. And yeah, guys. So that's how we got in the short. How did we get in the long? How did we get in the long? Well, this level, the long, was a level that I was also looking at earlier in the morning. Let's take a look here. Where was it? Now all these channels are different now. Everything's now different. Here we go. Early in the morning, 7:47 a.m. You know, I'm looking at some supports for a possible bounce. The first support I'm looking at is 33347. It was a fib level and it was a daily level of support. 33347. And what do you know? Would you know it? We come down right, the candle bodies close right at 33346. Right, the level I'm looking for is 33347. Our 6-minute candle bodies close and open right at 33346. So that's a level right away that I've been looking at for a bounce. You know, I'm looking at that at 742, right when we're up here coming down to that level, coming down to this level. And what did I see on the chart that made me want to enter along there? Well, I saw a lot of things that looked quite bullish, and even though we didn't get quite the reaction I wanted, we still got a bounce. And here's what we saw. We saw a pretty blatant bullish divergence, where we see the momentum coming up over time like this, right? We see the momentum coming up over time. We see the money flow. This is important. As we're dropping down to that daily level on the 6-minute time frame, the money flow is looking extremely bullish, right? We're like, money's just dropping out of Bitcoin, yet the money flow is turning blue from purple. And then also we can see over time that the VWAP was, in general, we could say, coming up, right? Coming up. Now, this was the lower time frame. The higher time frames, if we take a look at the higher time frames, what do we see on the higher time frames? Well, as we're coming down to this level, we are printing a red dot on the 1 hour. Well, we should go in order, right? So what happens on the 4 hour? We look at the 4 hour, and the 4 hour is actually looking pretty bullish. It looks like we've printed our red dot yesterday. We've come down. This VWAP is starting to point up. You know, the money flow is kind of starting to, it was hard to say at the time, but we could say the 4 hours starting to look like it was going to bottom out. So I would lean bullish for that. Then we go to the 2 hour, and as we're coming down again, you know, the VWAP is starting to point up. It looks quite bullish. Of course, we would have to go back in time to see how it really looked at the time. You know, even though the VWAP's kind of pointing down, it still looks like we're about to form some kind of bottom. And then by the time we get to the 1 hour, sorry guys, my chart just crashed. by the time we come down to the 1 hour, you know, when we're printing green dots on the 1 hour like this, it usually means like we're bottoming out, right? It usually means we're bottoming out. Like right here, we're printing green dots. We didn't come down too much farther before we got the move up. So when I see that in general we're starting to bottom out, and then on the lower time frames I see such strong bullish divergences, it will make me want to get in the trade. And so both of those trades, it's, you know, if you have this strategy down, it will really help you be able to, you know, short here and long here. You know, a lot of people will say you're never going to get the top, you're never going to short the top and long the bottom. You need to wait until we're already in the trend. And that's true, like, you know, maybe like in this case, that's true, right? You didn't long the bottom, but you got in along the way up. That's very true. But if we're trading so sideways like this, a lot of times you're going to have to get in, you know, at these pivot points. And of course, this is actually looking like just a pullback in a further downward trend, because the money flows curving down. We see this, you know, the low, the higher, the lower high, the lower low, potentially a lower high here, and a lower low. And so where if we continue downward, which I think we are, you know, where are we going to look for that bounce? Because what we should be doing when price is coming down is we should be looking for a long trade, and when price is going up, we should be looking for a short trade. I have this bad habit, and I don't know about y'all, okay? I don't know about y'all, but I have a bad habit of buying high and selling low, right? If I don't implement a strategy that I can stick to, I get so tempted to buy the breakout, like up here, right? If Bitcoin breaks this key resistance, right, we're going to the moon. So instead, I've had to shift my mindset to say, okay, when Bitcoin's pumping, when Bitcoin starts a pumping, there's a saying that us Southern folks say, when Bitcoin starts a pumping, I'm trying to be dumping, all right? I'm looking for them shorts when Bitcoin's pumping up high. And so, oh, and by the way, while I've got my American accent on, I hope everyone had a great 4th of July, especially if you live out here in America, best country on earth. Yep, that's who we are out here. Southern accents, rednecks. You know what I'm saying. America. So, love me some George W. Bush. Some real Texas manly man out there, right? Okay, enough of that. Sorry, guys. You know, it's so easy to get excited, you know, when I start thinking about America. But anyway, I don't even know what I'm talking about now. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. All right. If this is a pullback and this is a move to the downside, okay, where are we looking for our bounce? Because if we're still dumping, where are we looking for our long? Where are we looking for our long? Because, you know, even though we're printing this green dot on the hourly, right down here, you know, look at what happened the last time we printed a green dot on the hourly. You know, the last few times we print these big old dots down here, but then we still come down a little more. So it's very possible we're printing these big old green dots down here, and we're about to come down a little bit more. And what are we going to do? What we're going to do is we're going to be looking for supports below us. And when we see the supports below us, that is where we are going to set an alert to try and find where Bitcoin is going to get the bounce. Now, one of my favorite ways to do this is by marking levels on a chart. So you can mark daily levels on a chart. And the way you mark daily levels on a chart is you go to the daily time frame and you look for areas where price has found a sticking point on the daily time frame. Like, for example, you know, right around here at like 31.5K, right? We can very clearly see the daily candle bodies opening and closing down here at this level. This is a level of support. And we can see it acting as support going all the way back in time to January, where this level was acting as support. But some other ways to find levels of support are to pull out our fib retracement tool. That's actually one of my favorite ways. I love the fib. I named my son Lil Fib after, you know, the real mathematician Fibonacci. And the way we can do it to find potential bounces is we're going to analyze legs of a move, right? We're going to look at the leg. okay? Always look at the leg. The way I remember that is I say ladle, L-A-T-L, look at the leg, okay? Ladle. We're going to look at the leg. And this is 100% of a leg up. And what the fib retracement tool does is it will measure 100% of the move to the upside, and then it's giving us percentages of retracement, because price is never going to go straight up, it's never going to go straight down, it's never going to go straight sideways. Instead, it's going to go up a little, down a little, 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 right? And so when it's going up, assuming that the uptrend is going to continue, right? Because we do have an uptrend. We have a low, we have a high, we have a higher low, we have a higher high. Now, the weekend maybe doesn't count, right? Maybe that now we're going to put in a higher low somewhere and then put in a higher high. That's very possible. And so our job is to say, where's that higher low going to be? Where are we going to catch the bounce, the pivot to get a move to the upside? And these give us good areas to look for. So you got the 0.382. That means 38.2% of the initial move to the upside will retrace 38.2% right here. And then we have 0.5%, right? 50% we retrace right here. And then we have what's known as the golden pocket, which is between 61.8% and 65%. And that's the most reactive place. When price comes to here, we should look for some kind of a reaction. And so right now, I'm actually keeping my eye on that level. Of course, there's many levels I'm keeping my eye on, y'all. Many, but this is one of them right here. And I would like to see us come into here for potentially a bounce right around, 32.5. Right around 32.5. And what are we going to look for? Well, it's very possible, okay, that if this is a pullback and we're not going to moon from here, which we might, right? We might moon. But if this is a pullback and we just get the lower high and then drop again, it's very possible that this 4-hour thing isn't, is still going to be printing a bottom looking very similar to what we see right now. Very possible. It's very possible that on the 2-hour, same deal. Like the 2-hour really looks like we're about to get a green dot right here. So what could happen is something like this, right? Where the 2-hour gives us the green dot, we come up a little bit and then we drop lower and we get this bullish divergence where price comes down a little bit and momentum comes up a little bit on the 2-hour. As we're coming down to this area, we might go to the 1-hour and see something also where momentum is coming up, right? We might print another red dot, drop down a little bit, and then print a higher green dot right here. And that would give us a bullish divergence on the 1-hour. And so we'd be looking for everything we looked for when we took this short up here just in reverse, right? Everything we looked for when we took this short up here just in reverse. Everything we looked for when we took this short up here just in reverse. This was another short that was also taken. That was a nice short too. That was a nice short. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for. And like I said at the beginning of the video, are we going to hit 100K by September? It's possible. Of course it's possible. Anything's possible. But what we need to focus on right now in the here and now are these levels. And let me actually remove the lines and just keep these boxes here. This blue box up here, like I said, this is the gateway. The gateway to the moon, okay? People don't know this, but the Earth, right? If we blast off into outer space in a rocket with Elon Musk, the Earth has a gateway in the atmosphere that we have to actually come through the gateway before we can go to the moon. And then there's another gateway that people don't know about this either, okay? You got to study up on your astronomy. Right around 50K miles above the land, there's another door that we have to get through, and then we can go to the moon. If we come above 50K, now we're trading up in this high range here, where we're going to be looking for, if we come above 50K, we're going to be looking for shorts down at 50K. We're going to be looking for long pants up at 65K, and there's a very good chance that we will just continue on upward. But, on the other side of that Bitcoin, if we come down below this blue box, people don't know this either, but this blue box down here is the gateway into Sheol. Okay, if you don't know what Sheol is, I guess you don't study biblical Hebrew. Okay, Hades, that's the Greek term for it, right? If we're going to come down to Bitcoin, Hades down here, and this blue box is the gateway into there. So we just got to remain neutral until something big happens. Even though it feels like lots of big things have been happening with all these swings, look at how insignificant this price action is compared to everything that we've just been through in the past few months, right? We've been through so much ups and downs, an emotional financial roller coaster, okay? I lost everything. Just kidding, but you know, we just got to keep it in perspective. Let me drop into the chat real quick. Shout out to everybody in here. Hey guys, like the video because I do want to give a giveaway. If we can get 500 likes, I will do a a Bitcoin giveaway, 0.025 BTC. Shout out to Tristan None One, who says this is entertainment. This is entertainment, by the way, guys. You know, this is not financial advice. This is 100% entertainment. Please don't mistake anything I say or do here as financial advice. Crypto Pumping wants me to do the Crypto Yacht accent. There's a rumor out there that Crypto Yacht has an accent. First Coast Crypto, what happened to Bitcoin and Ethereum? They're still here. They're still here. Yeah, Abdullah, hamburgers and freedom fries. Yep, I love me some hamburgers and some freedom fries. Ain't nothing to say America. Like those things. Shout out to Karan, who says, I'm the most underrated crypto guy. Well, thank you, sir. Well, thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Is it going to rise to 34,500? Perhaps. Crypto Crank says it's a complete fake out. Yeah, you know, complete fake out. Regardless, the truth is, if this thing right here is a complete fake out, which it might be, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. It doesn't matter. Fake outs, breakouts, nothing matters, right? All that really does matter is, you know, can we make money on it? Can we make money on it? And, you know, like I said, we're looking at the 6 minute this morning. When you see something like this, money flow's coming up, momentum's coming up, the VWAP is coming up as the price is dumping massively to a daily level of support, which is also a fib level. You know, that's you know, you could scalp the fake out. You could totally scalp the fake out. And you know what's interesting about the fake out? We've lasted pretty long up here. I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised. It's been like 4 plus 2 plus. It's been like 6 hours, guys. It's been like 6 hours. Can you believe that? I cannot. I refuse to believe it, actually. You know, you ever meet people who refuse to believe something that's obviously true? I'm sure we all know people like that. Yeah, I'm sure we all do. Let's pop back into the chat here. Appreciate everybody for liking this thing. Through the Van Halen belts. Yes, Crypto Pump It. Yes, we have to get through the Van Halen belts in order to get up there to the moon. Louders wants me to reveal the face. Action Camera is giving me a Greek term for Hades, I think. Yep. Shout out to Alexander. Shout out to DJ Krillo. Shout out to Crypto Yacht and Louis Sycamore. Shout out to you, bro. If you really are at Dunkin' Donuts, it's not the worst place to be. That's not. Okay, let's talk about the higher time frame red dots. And yes, my spiral drawings are good. Shout out to Alex Smith. What's going on, brother? Good to have you here. May God bless you. Yeah, let's take a look at these red dots on the higher time frame. So we got the 8-hour red dot, okay, which is starting to curve to the underside. We've got the 12-hour red dot, which is also has not freshly printed. We've got the daily red dot, which is about to print. Okay, now the way I'm interpreting this right now is actually completely neutral, and actually I'm leaning more bullish than bearish, and here's why. Because a lot of times you'll notice this, but you will actually notice that, like, the red dots on the daily, like before this red dot printed, right? Before this red dot confirmed, we actually pumped a little bit. We pumped up a little bit from the close of this candle. We pumped up another 2.5% before we dumped and confirmed this red dot. Because this red dot hasn't confirmed yet, it's very possible that we don't even confirm and this VWAP just continues up from here. It's possible. The reason I say that is because the 12-hour has already confirmed the red dot. This is our second candle. For all we know now, we're going to just start curving back around and printing another green dot. When we come to the 8-hour, we can see the VWAP already horizontal. When we come to the 4-hour, we can see this VWAP really starting to curve. If the 4-hour gives us the green dot, it will work its way through to the higher time frames. It will work its way through to the 8-hour, which will then get even more poignant. It will work its way through to the 12-hour and to the daily. And perhaps we won't even get the red dot on the daily. Perhaps we won't even get the red dot in the daily. But look at this, guys. Look at this candle now. This is a FOMO candle right here. I mean, if I wasn't already, man, look at that candle. There's just nothing better looking than a candle that has a nice wick. Excuse me, I got scared when we came down a little bit. A nice wick and then just a strong, powerful blue bar coming up like this. This is what I like to see, guys. This type of candle will make me, whoa, oh my goodness. Man, that type of candle will make me enter a long, oh man, this is so intense, guys. This is so intense. But yeah, that's really what I'm looking for. I mean, really, the next long position that I would look to take is really. Wait, no, that's wrong. I'm looking for something from down here. I'm looking for something right from around in here, right? Right around 32.5. That's really what I'm looking for. 32.5. If we get another little dump down here, 32.5. That's not the only level, guys. Just so you know. All my levels I did just give, and if you're in the Discord, they are in here, trading levels. You can actually import these right into your trading view, and all the potential trade setups I gave in the live stream this morning are also here. Potential Bitcoin trade and potential ETH coin trade setup. If you want access to Discord, you can become a Patreon at patreon.com/Jason Casper. And again, guys, there's a 10% discount on Market Cipher right now throughout July, thanks to CryptoFace. And also, there is a discount on the course in the description of the video. So you can get a 15% off the course by using the code Chicken Drinking Water, and you can get a 10% discount on Market Cipher by using the code The Chickens Are Thirsty. The Chickens Are Thirsty. Shout out to Memory Man. Memory Man's a cool guy. Did we hit the bottom yet? Maybe, Memory Man. We maybe did. It's unlikely that this daily level right here at 33.3 was the bottom, but something that I'm keeping my eyes on is this golden pie. I mean, we got to bounce off the 0.5 fib level, but down here there's a lot of confluence down here. There's actually a lot of confluence here that I'm not showing on my chart. So if we come down, if we get one more dump, because right now we've got the high, the lower low, the lower high, the lower low, potentially the lower high. Boom, get another drop down to here. That I'd be looking to long that. Yep. Let me come back in here. Flavius, I should be, man. I should be. But we're reconstructing everything in there. Blues Cansberry wants to know, do I see this as accumulation or distribution? I don't know. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't know. I haven't been following the Wyckoff distribution. But one thing that I do use quite often to trade is the Wyckoff distribution theory. Let me show you what exactly the Wyckoff distribution theory is. So sometimes when you come up to a resistance, you're going to have a good opportunity to enter a short because the Market Cipher B on the 4 hour is going to be printing a top. And then you go to the 1 hour and you're going to see a bearish divergence, okay? And then you're going to go to the lower time frames and also see divergences in money flow and VWAP and momentum waves. And this is called the Wyckoff distribution theory, okay? What happens is the price will wick off the resistance and redistribute downwards, okay? And this will give you a good opportunity to enter a short, okay? It's a theory out there that there's people who are manipulating the market in order to take all the money away from the little guy. So what us little guys can do is we can utilize the Wyckoff method, okay, to enter into good trades. You know, it happens quite a bit, right? The Wyckoff method. The Wyckoff method, also known as the chickens drinking water method, okay? The scientific term for the chicken drinking water method is the Wyckoff method. But, you know, the chicken drinking water method is where we get the long wick down and the bounce. So we know we're going to get a good bounce as we're getting the bullish divergences forming, right? As we're getting the bullish divergences, the chickens start drinking water, and you know, well, I guess the chickens get thirsty at the lows, and then we have the Wyckoff distribution theory at the highs, for getting into shorts and longs here. But as far as accumulation distribution, I have to be honest with you, I haven't spent much time studying that. I know it's real, obviously, because whales can't accumulate big positions unless they do it slowly, right? But yeah. Hina, the course, they are videos. They're not live, but I'm gonna start doing live group sessions on topics. Shout out to Memory Man. Thanks for the endorsement, bro. Yeah, Wyckoff distribution theory is chickens drinking water type candle. Crypto pump it, man. Come on, bro. That's inappropriate. This is a family Discord, okay, man? Okay, that's a family Discord. Sasan Ra says maybe we'll bounce on the 33K and create a triangle in the 4-hour chart. Maybe. Ryan Hacker, I'm honestly unfamiliar with that happening, my friend. I'm sorry. You know, guys, honestly, when it comes to those things, Grayscale and F2 and all these like people dumping and taking on exchanges, I honestly don't really pay attention to it. To my shame, right? I should, but I simply don't. What I do is I mark levels on a chart and I look for divergences and I look for my confirmations on Market Cipher. If we're in a strong uptrend, I have other trading strategies that I use. If we're in a strong downtrend, I have other trading strategies that I use. And for me personally, I found that it works pretty well to not even worry about those things. That's just me. Bench God, a.k.a. Eddie Hall, a.k.a. The Beast, says divergence in 15-minute. Probably a good long setup, 1 hour and lower time frame strategy. Well, let's check it out, man. Let's check out that 15-minute. What do we got going on? I don't see a divergence. I see that we already had the divergence. That kind of did already potentially play out, right? We had momentum coming up here as price came down here, right? And of course, by the time it confirmed, if we had entered there, we'd be trading sideways for all this time. So I don't know. I think that the long entry was down here at the daily level if we were going to take it. But of course, could we pump from here? Absolutely, Eddie Hall. We could pump from here. You know, I don't know. You know, I mean, you know more than I do about picking heavy things up off the floor. You know, so if you think that you can pick this up off the floor, then perhaps. But personally, I don't like the look of it. So I personally will be not looking for. I don't know, man. Eddie Hall, you know, for me, I was looking for a bounce off the daily. So this freaks me out a little bit. Freaks me out a little bit. I'm sorry I can't give you a more clear answer. Crypto Yatched wants to know, how come I don't use Heiken Ashi? I hate Heiken Ashi, bro. I hate it. Like, when I learned technical analysis, I learned from, like, stock traders, and they don't use Heiken Ashi. And I can't draw good support and resistance that way. I just don't like it. It confuses me, because when I'm looking at the candles, my eye will go to the bodies and the wicks, and with Heiken Ashi, it removes all that. Right? It's just I just don't like it, man. But it's a personal preference. It really doesn't matter. It's just what I like. Nothing matters. You could use bars. It doesn't even matter. It really doesn't even matter. You could use a line graph. Actually, line graph I like probably better even than candles, because it's real easy to see your levels, and it takes away like the bias of like looking at different colored candles. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so easy to see, okay, we're in a downtrend right now, as opposed to, oh, there's a giant blue candle here, I better like FOMO in along. And then you just have the line graph, you have your levels, you have Market Cipher. There's no difference. Heiken Ashi, regular, I just don't like them. You know, I don't have nothing against them. I'm sure they're good, right? I'm not, I prefer the Japanese candlesticks. Japanese candlesticks. I like to say that too. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, thanks, Eddie Hall. Thanks for being here, bro. You're my favorite strong man, I have to say. I like you better than Brian Shaw. You know, you're a short guy, man, but you're strong, you know? Short but strong. All right, let's see. Oh, uh-oh. Makana Spaghetti's calling out a fake Eddie Hall in the chat. Yeah, my potatoes are doing real good this year. They are. Do I use exocharts? Asks Ivan. Not too much. I want to get more into it, but I will. I will later. The place on YouTube on those last days, Radu. DBSI is good on higher time frames. Moon Lover Boy, Anal Moon, says, my boyfriend say Bitcoin going to 400K. Cool. So exit strategies. Okay, he's the real Eddie Hall, right? The real Eddie Hall, you know, real Eddie Hall, even though he's known for his world record deadlift, his YouTube name is Bench God. Okay. Oh, I mean, Eddie Hall is tall. Yeah, he's tall, but compared to the other strongman guy, you know, he's not that tall. It's all relative. You know what I'm saying? Is Eddie Hall really 6'3"? Let's see. Wow, he's 6'3". But look, Brian Shaw is 6'8", and Half-Thor, whatever, is 6'9". So this guy's short compared to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all relative. It's all relative. It's all relative. It's like, you know what it's like? It's like, never mind. I'm not gonna go there. Shout out to Eddie Hall, who's gonna deadlift 501.01 kg this September. So okay, how do we know how much percent to take out at each take profit level? I like my favorite thing to do is to take 30% and move the stop loss to the entry. 30% stop to the entry guarantees a win. Don't have to worry about it for the rest of the day. And if you get stopped out, like let's say I'm long here, took 30%, moved my stop loss to the entry, and if I get stopped out and and all of a sudden I see, oh man, I'm stopped out, but we're definitely going up because we still put in a higher low. In that case, I could just hop back in and do the same thing. In fact, that's something that I do pretty often. Like if I see a level and I think I have a good short from it, like I'm pretty sure I shorted here. I'm pretty sure I did short here. And then I got stopped out in profit. And I forget if I shorted it again, like take these little scalp shorts and just stopped out in profit. And then this one, whew, massive. So, that's how I roll. Yeah, I know the Chaikin money flow indicator. Hey, Mickey, I'm glad you love the course. Yeah, the regular candles are Japanese candles. Heiken and Shi are also Japanese, but they're different. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate all of you for being here. Unfortunately, I'm never going to get 500 likes on a video again. So, I'm going to have to cut the stream without doing the Bitcoin giveaway, unfortunately. But if you did enjoy the video, if you did enjoy the haul, enjoy the stream, make sure to give it a like. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, guys, because, I don't mean to toot the old trumpet here, but I do, a lot of times on these videos, give some good trade levels to look at. And, yeah. All right, guys, I will see you all, Lord willing, tomorrow. And may the Lord bless you. And receive this blessing in the Hebrew language. This blessing is given to place the Creator of the heavens and the earth upon you, to bless you. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom, b'shem Yeshua HaMashiach Elohei Yisrael, which means in English, may the Lord bless you and protect you. May He cause His face to shine light upon you. May He have grace upon you. And may the Lord lift up His face upon you and give you wholeness. In the name of Jesus, the Messiah, the God of Israel. Amen. I do pray that the Lord reveals Himself to each one of you in a very personal way. And I'll see you all in the next stream. Peace.